Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games, and welcome to my first Hearts of Iron 4 Man the Guns live stream, which I'm just waiting a minute to see that it is up. Alright. So, the thumbnail and the name of the video should give you a hint as to what I am going to be playing as today. Let's just give people a couple of minutes to actually get into the stream. Hey there, Dennis. Hello, Matter. Hi. T-Hick boy. Okay, YouTube is being really strange today because it's... Oh, no, never mind. Fixed itself. Okay, as I was saying, we're just going to wait a couple of minutes. Sí, viva Mexico! We're gonna just wait a couple of minutes to let people jump in, and then we're going to get started. Hey there, oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Hey, Fake Peaches, Benjamin Burke. All right, people are coming in. Let's just give it, get a couple of them. Mommy Mary of Guadalupe on thumbnail. Nice. Yeah, because we're doing Catholic Mexico. Just gonna wait another like 15 seconds. It's pronounced with a K, so Kringlon the Great? Am I sick? Yeah, I've been a little bit congested. I'll be okay. Alright, I think that's long enough to let people get in. I know that the Americans are probably mostly busy. I have an unexpected Tuesday off. So, well, it's not off. I'm going to need to leave, but not for a few hours. But I'm going to stream for at least an hour and a half. That is the goal. Although I should say at most, I'm not going to do more than 2 hours, 15 minutes. Because then I've got some other things I got to do. Maybe I'll stream again in the afternoon. Actually, no, I won't. Never mind. Just ignore that I said that. Let's just focus on getting this stream done today. So today, I'm going to be playing as Mexico. Yeah, it is showing on my end that my latest video does not have any views, and I know people are watching it because people have been commenting on it, and it's getting likes and stuff, but yeah, it keeps saying I have no views. I don't know why that is. I'm gonna give it, maybe after this stream, if it still is like that, because this has never happened before, I've never seen something like this, what I'll probably do is like email YouTube or something. So anyway, we're going to be playing Catholic Mexico. Alright, so let's just hop into it. So Mexico is a really interesting focus tree because you can mix and match a lot of the stuff that's going on here. Things that are not necessarily mutually exclusive, and a few of the new focus trees are like that, and it seems to be indicating a trend. I actually hope this is a trend of making it so that even though there's only 3, well, technically there's 4 ideologies because they have made it so some countries can like increasingly go non-aligned, and they, like, for example, if you come up here to the United States, you can do things where you can desegregate the armed forces and not go communist. You could do I think it's over here, yeah, you could do War Powers Act, which doesn't require you to go fascist. You can get war goals on Cuba. I think these are all things that you can do without actually going fascist. And the United Kingdom is similar. So, for example, I really am enjoying, you definitely should check it out as it continues to release, the Communist United Kingdom path, because even though I did go communist, I think the concessions to the trade unions is really interesting in the way that you can work with the communists without necessarily becoming them right away, although I'm not sure how long that would be sustainable. All right, so Mexico, as I was saying, there's a lot of different things you can do here, and there's different paths that are not necessarily mutually exclusive with one another, but what we're going to be doing is going very, very Catholic. And so what I'm thinking first is we are going to do the National Bank. So this will increase my industrial research speed. Formed in 1925 to build an economy shattered by civil war, Banco de Mexico is our lender of last resort, issuer of currency, and investor in all manner of ventures for the interest of the state. Hey, Nitro Game, always good to see you. Okay, let's get better infantry equipment first, and goodness gracious, it is rough being Mexico. 2 research slots. Okay. Now, we want to first... We're going to do this. Okay. Let's organize the army a little bit. Whoops. Yeah. Do this, organizing the army. Get Cardenas up here in charge. And Charis. I think it's Chitus. Actually, this should be Chitus. It's just phonetically different. Why will Mexico have anime on their side? And what we're going to try to do, ready for everybody to now turn off the stream, is see how much Mexico can do without just bum rushing the United States, which I know is just what the plan always was before. It's just you just bum rush the United States as quickly as possible, and you absorb them, and then you win. But we're going to be doing something different here. Oh, also, because this is a live stream, let's get the card. Oh no, one of my logos dropped off to the side, but let's get the cognac, the tip cognac glass up, so you all can enjoy that. For those of you who don't know, the glass gets filled with logos or coins, depending on if people are subscribing or donating to me, for example. Alright, National Bank's already done. Great. So I think what I want to do here, I may actually want to rush down to one of these research slots. Confederation of Marxist Workers, huh? Yeah, there's a lot of mixing and matching that you can do, and very few things are actually locked behind, a political popularity wall. And I think I'm going to liberalize it because I think I'm going to support General Caudillo. Now, he's somebody who we're going to have to deal with because, as you can see, we're only 116 days away with the Caudillo Rebellion for the tensions to start going high, and it's going to cost us stability. So I think the first thing that I want to do is support him. Just to rush down there. Of course, there's no way we're going to be able to do that before the first thing triggers. So, although this first one does make it go lower. Do I actually drink during stream? Not right now. It's the morning for me. Okay, so we're going to liberalize the banking center. There are many heavy-handed government policies preventing the market from transforming Mexico. The 1925 General Law of Credit Institutions, for example, prevents banks from owning shares in other banks. Ridiculous. The freer the market, the freer the people. Luis Montes de Oca, a advocate of the Austrian School of Economics, just like Glenn Jacobs, will help us reform the banking system. Yes, I sometimes drink during stream. And if I get a particularly large donation, sometimes I'll pour myself a shot of scotch. Could somebody please fill MS7 in on what I've said? Thank you. Now we're going to change these colors as well. By the way, this is going to be a super casual stream. I'm going to mostly be showing what Mexico can do outside of just attacking the United States. So, if anybody has questions, though, about how Mexico's tree works, because this is not going to be the first time I've played as them, this is just the first time I'm showing it, I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. The questions, that is. Okay. And incidentally, I'm not going by a prejudged path of something. I'm actually trying some different things. I think Mexico really strikes me as like an almost upgraded version of the Yugoslavia tree. Well, then Yugoslavia's got some, because when Death or Dishonor came out, Yugoslavia's tree was easily my favorite. I think this is a terrific tree. One of the big reasons being how you can mix and match things. Like over here, you can go back and forth and get different sorts of bonuses. We could also do that over here in Mexico. You could mix and match things. Alright, so we've liberalized it. Rhineland's being militarized. Damn, 200 political power down here. The land reform program has long been abused by local strongmen with political connections or military power. A wealthy farmer stealing public land for his own gain doesn't help make Mexico stronger or more united. That land should instead be sold to the highest bidder. Perhaps some landlords do abuse their tenants, but that is a matter for the courts. And you know, if you're a poor tenant being abused by your landlord, you can totally afford to go to court over it. Where am I from? Well, I was talking about plans for ask questions about Man the Guns, but I am from El Paso, which, even though I've always said I think El Paso probably peaked in the 1930s, Paradox Interactive has determined that El Paso is not worth getting its own, getting a picture here, being a city. But I have plans for the CK2 Historical Immersion Project. Maybe one day. Basil, were you the one who was commenting about me playing the Umayyads in CK2? Because I actually do have a plan for a Umayyad campaign in the future, in the near future, the details of which I'll go over when I release it. But I have some interesting ideas, some ideas I've had for a long time for how to play that out. Do I have historical on? No, I think I turned it off. You guys know I like Kaiserreich and Equestria at War, and those are really sandboxy, and I find I really like when it's not historical, especially with the new UK tree. The things get kind of interesting, and I really dig that. So we have a lot of church power things that we can do here. We're gonna leave them be for right now. I probably should have gone over the national spirits. I'm so sorry. Finally, a Christian Hearts of Iron 4 channel. That's right. I'm sure that everybody's probably going atheistic communism, but somebody should show the Catholic path. So we have here the Gallistas, which lowers our political power gain by 20% and construction speed by 10%. The supporters of Diaz are enriching themselves, meaning Plutarco Diaz. Yeah, can we get an amen in chat, please, for Christianity? Can we do that? Can we get some? Who's going to stand up and testify? All right, the supporters of Diaz are enriching themselves and abusing their power. Appointed for loyalty rather than ability, they perpetuate a patronage system which corrupts every official and rank in the country. Unless they are reined in, ordinary Mexicans will continue to deride our ruling government as Robolunicierios, robber revolutionaries. My bad. We got a weak church, and that's right, no swearing. This is a Christian channel. And where were we? Okay, so we have the weak church right now because the Constitution of 1917 requires measures aimed against the influence of the Catholic Church in Mexico. The Cristeros rebellion in the 1920s rebelled in the 1920s because of attempts to enforce these laws, but the people may now be ready for a secular state. What country or countries should get a focus tree, in my opinion? Spain. Spain. All day Spain. There needs to be one for the Republic and for National Spain so that, things can happen. They can go in different directions after the war, but this was the conflict that the world had its eyes on from 36 to 39. And it's not worked on enough, if you ask me. Now, if you're going to talk to me about countries that need to get redone, I think the Soviet Union, because there's just way too many things. Like the purge takes forever. Anti-fascist diplomacy and anti-capitalist diplomacy are just wastes of time. Like, really, you need 3 focus tree times for this? It's ridiculous. This needs to be severely redone, if you ask me. I'm not even saying it needs alternate paths. If they want to do alternate paths, that's up to them. But they need to at least redo the base part. In fact, they probably shouldn't create any paths where they can't go communist, because that would probably start to break the game a bit. Things would... Yeah, you don't want to start ending up in some accidental scenarios where nobody's going to war with one another. Yeah, so that would be... That's, for me, if, like, I was sitting in the Hearts of Iron 4 meeting room and they said, alright, who gets a tree? You get to pick. Spain. Spain before anything else. So, anywhere was I? Yeah, so we got a lot of church power things. There's just various decisions here that can either... They give us different bonuses, and they have to do with swinging back and forth between, you know, a stronger church or a weaker church. Oh, yeah, so the weak church is increasing factory output. So, we also have oil concessions. In order to exploit oil in Mexico, foreign companies have signed concession contracts ensuring that they can freely extract oil on defined territories for a prolonged period of time in exchange for payments. However, the sum paid by the companies was far below the value of the oil extracted and enabled them to get a profit margin much higher than in countries such as the U.S., while putting the oil reserves of Mexico indirectly under foreign control. We also have a politicized army. Military leader cost has increased by 100% and planning speed is down by 20%. Rulers of Mexico have been drawn from Revolutionary Army officers for almost 3 decades. The turbulent times we went through demanded firm leadership. The question is, has the turbulence passed or is it becoming more severe? Should we professionalize the army or allow regional strongmen, galleques and caudillos, to carve out petty fiefdom? I'm not 100% sure if I would say that's the correct usage of caudillos, but that's close enough. It's not a big deal. Where were we? Oh yeah, generals like Saturnino Cedillo in San Luis Potosi are raising private militias to protect their power. The many rebellions launched by dissatisfied officers in the past are likely to continue unless we act. So we got a lot of political power right now, and I think I want to first improve the workers' conditions. We got to get our stability up because it is ridiculously low. Although, yeah, is that the path? Or a theorist maybe. It's going to take way too long for us to get the Revio. Maybe I should get Estrada, but there's also industry to consider. Oh, yeah, right. I don't actually get the bonuses yet until I take that. Okay, so we're going to grab him, and we're going to grab... Oh, social, not the social. I haven't done Jefe Maximo. No, I want to break free. No, let's see here. What are we gonna do? Well, let's keep going down towards privatization for now. This just gives us some more building slots, and we're gonna improve the workers' conditions. Oh, well. Looks like we got looks like commies are on the menu, boys. Let's see how long it takes for them to go communist now, if they even do it with the concessions to the trade unions. Interesting. Am I from Chile? No. I'm from North Texas, El Paso. Chile is South Texas. Wow, you know what? I'm probably actually going to do concentrated industry just because it's so bad. It's so bad, the research here. Am I going to live stream my playthrough? Yeah, this playthrough will be live streamed, the Mexico one. Anytime I'm live streaming in the future, I'm going to work on this Mexico one. Oh, man, should I do it? It's only 15% output, though. It's so small. Why the hell does anybody ever use concentrated? It's garbage. Gabbage, I tell you. Gabbage. Okay. And now we can get some better infantry equipment, at least. Let's keep going. Oh, thank you, Kaiochin25. Oh, sorry, MS7. The filter got you, and if you keep that up, you're going to get timed out. Actually, you're just going to get timed out now. Venezuela is the true successor of the most serene Republic of Venice. Well, it's gonna be this is gonna be an interesting one as the time goes by. I think what we got here, Captain of Industry. Actually, we cannot take any of these. Oh, we can take the financial expert. We're not going to though. I don't talk about my ethnicity matter because no matter what I say, it's gonna cause a problem. From white to black and everything in between. It's also why I don't do face reveals. Not with this community. Invade Japan. I don't... Mexican Japan, huh? Is that the new hot joke? You know, whenever I see people start to spam something silly like that, I was just like, okay, what did PewDiePie say that everybody's into that now, or whatever. Like, I've lost track of how many times like everybody started to become obsessed with Tibet for a while, or Uganda, or there's just been different countries, and I always know whenever I'm doing a live stream and then a bunch of people start spamming something that really seems out of nowhere, it's like I just know every time it's just okay. PewDiePie mentioned something, or ISP with the artillery only thing, which was really funny to me because like I actually was in the artillery. Let's see, what's my view on the DLC? Sorry, I'm not allowed to review the DLC yet, not until it comes out. But I did do a podcast style talk with Pen Kitten, and I already recorded it with Pen Kitten, Aldrahill, and Dune Hama. I think it's called Hama. I think he said it was pronounced Hama. And they said so that's gonna go live on Friday. Us talking about it. Archbishop Pasquale Diaz passes away. The Most Reverend Pasquale Diaz y Barreto, Archbishop of Mexico City, has passed away today due to colitis. He was 59. His legacy is one of hardline opposition to the socialist policies of the government, together with attempts at compromise towards the end of the Crusade War. His successor is Luis Maria Martinez, a social reformer and personal friend of President Cárdenas. The successor was probably selected by the Pope to ensure continued peace between church and government in Mexico. And we're going to, we're going Catholic, so we are going to do the RIP, and increases our stability, but it will lower our factory output. And the church has now become, the church is now assertive. We have ended attempts to stamp out the Catholic Church in Mexico by allowing the priests a little autonomy. They will respect our control of the state and refrain from seeking to destabilize us. Let's see. Mother Miriam. Sorry guys, I'm not going to interact with the United States, at least not early on. I know everybody's Aztlan! 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 There's more you can do with Mexico now. Yeah, he's living in eternity now. Republican Spain is losing. They seem to have rebalanced it so that Republican Spain doesn't win all the time now. Now they've gone back to losing all the time. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I was going to say something about Mexicans. So, a lot of people have said that I've got a really good... I do a really good Mexican accent sometimes when I'm pronouncing sort of things, like Mexican/Spanish. Like that seems to be the thing that I pronounce the best, and it's because like I said, I'm born and raised. I've spent most of my life in El Paso, Texas, which really creates an interesting cross-cultural. It's a really interesting cross-cultural place. For one thing, it's like 500 miles from anything. The Juarez, El Paso, Las Cruces area. Yeah, I guess, there's some cool stuff if you go up here to the ABQ in Santa Fe, but basically there's nothing for hundreds of miles to the east or west. Thank you very much, Emilio Sierra. I appreciate that. I do try. And we're now going to support General Cedillo. The northern general, Saturnino Cedillo, and other caudillos like him need assurances that their autonomy will be respected by the government. The rapid centralization of power under Presidents Diaz and Cárdenas has allowed us to bring massive weight to bear on the problems facing the nation, so further dispossession of the caudillos is not needed. Now, I believe this guy died in the 30s, but I don't think he's going to die in the game. I'm not sure. I don't think he does, but we're going to do that. Okay, next up is construction. Anyway, I was saying, so it's really cool because, so like everybody in El Paso eats Mexican food, whether they are or not. There were these commercials. I don't know if they were nationwide ones for this particular company, but it was for like a Mexican hot sauce or salsa or something, and it was funny because it's like, even though it's for like a Mexican hot sauce, it's these two white cowboys in the commercial, but they're making fun of this other guy who's like trying to be a cowboy and being really bad at it, and you're like, that's a guy who gets his salsa from New York City. Oh shoot, I'm gonna try to see. Let's see, salsa from New York. What brand was that? Yeah, that's a commercial from 1990, or no, that's from like the 1980s for Pasa Salsa. Mexico needs more F. So it's any tips on visiting the States? Depends on where you're visiting. Culture is really different across the United States. Is a big freaking country. Like compared to Europe, like, look at it, you could swallow huge sections of Europe in the landmass of the United States. You're from Boston and saw that commercial. Yeah. Water your horses in the Great Lakes. It's like, well, let me see. I was reading a guide to visiting the United States, albeit it was from the early 1800s, but it says you should go work at a mill for 6 months and then move to Ohio and get huge acres of land. All right. I'm not gonna... Ooh, boy. We're about to lose stability again. Maybe I should just jump up to early mobilization now, because he's not going to do anything for my war support. And it's way too early to do war propaganda. We're definitely not going to nationalize the church lands. You're going to D.C., Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. So if you're going to go to D.C., I would definitely recommend getting a ticket for the subway. I think it's the best way to travel around. It's pretty cheap from what I remember. It's been several years since I went. Okay, so the Cedillo stuff is finally over. Now we have a... Wait, why is it saying here... Okay, no, there, it's complete. I'm saying, why is that there? What the hell? So now here's the important thing. And the United States has history. It's not as old as Europe, but it's got history. And if you go to DC, dude, if you're gonna be in DC, you got to visit the memorials, and you got to visit the Smithsonian's, which are basically the National Museum. And the thing is, the Smithsonian is not one building; it's, I think, dozens of them. But hey, Foz was here. Calm the fuck down, all right? Don't be trying to instigate anything. But what I was saying is, the Smithsonian's, I went there, and of course I didn't have time to go all of them. And when I went up there, it was right before the African American one was created. So don't ask me any questions about that, because I don't know anything about it. But let's see. I went to the Museum of American History, which I don't know if it's still there. Like, I'm sure they changed the layouts and stuff, but I'm going to try to find this picture. George Washington statue. But, so I went in, and I went up the stairs that were at the front to the second floor, and I turned left. And staring at me is this picture or not picture, this statue of George Washington. So I just look at this and I think, what the fuck? Does this person not know anything about George Washington? So I started reading like the little thing about it, and so this was something that was, I think, I want to say it was revealed for the centennial anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and so it's Washington in the vein of a Roman emperor, and like there's carvings on the side here, and like I don't want to say it was the friezes, but on the sides of what he's sitting on, and so then they had this thing showing how it got revealed, and it was super controversial because everybody's like, you know that George Washington gave up power, right? Like instead of him as freaking and you've carved him as the god emperor. What the fuck is wrong with you? Which made me think, like, why did the people organizing the event not like look at it before he revealed it in front of and it showed the huge crowd, and so it was only up for like 2 weeks, and then they just threw it in storage somewhere. It's just like, yeah, exactly. He's the American Cincinnatus. It was just, oh my gosh. But anyway, so I went to that one. Sorry, I haven't paused. So I went to that museum. I went to the Air and Space one. That one was cool. Oh wait, what am I gonna do here? You know what? I really want to get over here and start working on some other things. But the only 2 research slots is so bad. I gotta fix this. Is there anything though that's gonna? I don't think I have anything that can get my war support up for a really long time. So I think we're going to. What are we gonna do here? Let's grab the military theorist. No. Let's grab. So bad being this minor nation. Yeah, let's just hold on to the money for a while. Okay, Reconciliation Committee will lower war support. This increases war support though. FX when removed. This is if we incite tensions. Now that sounds like a plan. I want to at least go to partial mobilization if I can. So yeah, let's incite some tensions. You know, stir the pot, stir it right up. No, right now there's no government shutdown. It might happen again though. I don't want to promise anything. But oh yeah, what I was saying. So the other museums I went. So I went to the Air and Space one. I went to the American History Museum. I did not go to the American Art Museum, but I did go to the. I think it was the Freer Gallery. But like the Smithsonian's huge. Like, I think there's like 25 of them when you combine it all. So I went to the gardens. That's what I went to. I went to the Smithsonian Gardens where there's some cool statues, including a piece by Rodin, which is the Bergers of Calais. So it's mostly like the gardens are mostly plants, but there are statues there. And of course, I went to the Lincoln Memorial. I went to the Jefferson Memorial. The Washington one, it's like right in the middle of the National Mall, so you don't really go to it. It's just always there. Who else? Like, what else did I went to the FDR Memorial, which was really cool because it's not really a memorial that you hear about too often, and it's really big. It's long. I think is it a mile long? It's a very long memorial because it's divided into these sections that each represent one of his 4 terms. So it's a big one. And so that one's a cool one to go to. And it's all free. Also visited the Vietnam Memorial and the Korean War one. Those are kind of next to each other. Like, you definitely, what you want to do if you're going to visit Washington, D.C. is like get on your phone or something a map of the National Mall so you can kind of figure out geographically where everything is, so you can all these areas are things that you're going to spend a lot of time in, but so that you could maximize your time in planning it out. Also went to Arlington, the Arlington National Cemetery. So that's where JFK is buried. And a lot of other people, of course. Went to see the Marines Memorial, which is, I don't know if it's up to date or not, but it's supposed to have along its base it's supposed to have, wait a minute. Trotsky arrives. Exiled from the Soviet Union for opposing the rise of Stalin, blamed for all manner of problems, from military setbacks to industrial accidents, and driven from country to country by political pressure, Leon Trotsky, communist revolutionary and author, has arrived in Mexico after a voyage from Norway on an oil tanker. Do I have a Twitch channel? Yes, I do. Don't really use it, though, because everybody just wants to watch me on YouTube anyway, so I don't really use it. So we aren't Stalin's puppets. Give him asylum. Extradite him to the Soviet Union to face trial for his crimes. He's an organizational genius. Invite him to join the government. Well, we're not doing communist here. So we are going to extradite him. Wait. United States gains communist menace opinion of Mexico minus 35%. Wait, what? That's Wait a minute. You think the Korean War Memorial is creepy? I guess so. Yeah, you can kind of walk in amongst them, the different statues. I can see that being a little bit creepy. But it's because we're not. We're turning in. Okay, you know what? I understand that. Like how the United States could say, like, oh, they're cooperating with the Soviet Union. Even though we're extraditing a communist, like we're sending him off to get killed. So we'll do that. We'll do that though. And finally, let's get that research slot. Yeah, so I can understand that. So what I was saying, yes, I went to the Vietnam Memorial. I went to the Korean Memorial, which is an interesting one. It's definitely a lesser known one. In fact, let me try to pull it up. Although I'd have to find a panoramic picture or something, because it's basically, there's two parts of it, but the part that most people really remember is it's a series of statues of men. Yeah, so this is the Korean War Memorial, the main part of it. Right here. Now, actually, this looks different. I don't remember these being here, because I'm pretty sure when I went, people just could walk amongst them. So maybe these are pathways they put in. I don't remember that. It's been so long since I went. I want to say it was 8 years ago. That would be pretty nice to go again one day up to DC. Any tips on food? Well, I always feel that anytime you visit anywhere, it could be good to maybe find a store and get yourself some sort of filler food, meaning get some stuff to make sandwiches. And then if you want to try to sample local food, okay, so for example, when I was in Ireland, here, let me give you the quick answer for the food. If you're gonna get food, do not get it on the National Mall. When I was there, if you just walk half a block off the National Mall, you're gonna be able to find some cheap hot dogs and stuff. But wait a second. Yeah, barbecue. Barbecue is pretty American. Of course, there's different types of barbecue. We're gonna don't want to move up to partial mobilization, not just yet. Let's keep inciting tensions. Get that war support up. This is crushing my stability, though. This is very bad. Very, very bad. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So when I visited Dublin, I ate a lot of local food, but where I was staying, it was in this it was this huge building where the hotel I was staying in, it was taking up most of the building, but there was also a casino attached, and there was a bar, and there was like, I guess what you'd call the back of the building. There was a couple of different stores, like there was a barber shop and a what do you call it? Supermarket, like a grocery store. What is this? Let me read this first, and I'll keep talking about food. Firmissimum Constantium. Pope Pius XI has issued a papal encyclical addressing the Mexican situation. While the Cristiada was resolved at the negotiating table and the open bloodshed has been ended, the Church is still worried about the direction Mexico is headed in. The encyclical urges Mexican voters to side with religious candidates in elections and calls for Mexican religious parties such as Catholic Action to address social problems such as poverty to prevent more revolutionary violence. Okay, so this was not popping up before, so I'm wondering if they updated the preview beta or something. What time is it here? It's 10:22 in the morning for me on Mountain Time. It is good that anti-church violence has ended, or superstitious propaganda prevent publication of this treason. So we're going to go, it's good that anti-church violence has ended, so we're going from assertive to a powerful church. So now consumer good factories are minus 2%. Why are you talking about cats in government? Is that like a reference to the Sabo Tabby? What are you talking about? Well, yeah, anyway, so what I did when I visited Dublin is, so there was a grocery store attached to the building that the hotel I was staying in is in. So I went and I got like a couple of small things, like basically stuff to make sandwiches. So sometimes I would just have a light breakfast and I would save having a nice meal for dinner. Oh, Catholic. Okay. So I never knew that was slang for Catholics, cats. But you know, I had a lot of good local. I had a lot of good food when I was in Dublin. So of course I had to have an Irish breakfast. Which, you know what? Having said that, I had told myself I was going to learn how to make an Irish breakfast when I got home. I love to make international foods. It's one of the best things about living in the modern age is that you could pretty much make any sort of international food you want. Like some of the there's like certain foods I make pretty constantly. So amongst my rotation, I've got stuff that I make from all over the world. So like I'll make Caribbean style, not Caribbean. I'll make like barbecue chicken. I'll do like Puerto Rican style rice. I'll make Indian dal, spelled D-A-H-L, and it's just like the wonders of globalization. You know what I mean? Just that you can cook food from all over the world if you've got access to a decent grocery store. And the spices and stuff. What was I going? Yeah, Irish breakfast was freaking great. That was probably, yeah, I would say that was the best food I had when I was in Ireland. Was the actual Irish breakfast. Was delicious. That was probably the biggest breakfast I had while I was there too. But do I know any Scandinavian food? No, not really. But you see, the thing is, whenever I look into Scandinavian food, it always seems really fatty, and maybe that's just because, yeah, it's like, and I go to a local store. I don't even go to a franchise. It's not like I'm going to Walmart. But I don't. Anytime I've looked into Scandinavian food, there's always lots of butter, and it's really heavy. And I live in the desert. Like, you know, I could totally understand that would be popular when you live in the frozen north, but like yeah, I'm not gonna make like, oh, this is bread except there's 2 pounds of butter in it. So like, yeah, I don't get into it. Pancakes for breakfast. Is pancakes considered American? Well, we definitely got pancakes in this country, that's for sure. Hit up the IHOP, local American cuisine. You know, it was so funny when I was in Dublin. It was really interesting because I'd see restaurants and I'd go, well, I'm definitely not going there. Like, for example, I saw a Mexican restaurant and I'm thinking, well, first off, I'm from El Paso. Am I going to go all the way to Dublin to go to a Mexican restaurant? But also I was thinking, like, you know, it's kind of easy to fuck up Mexican food. Like, shit, I remember recently, last summer, I went up to Dallas. Just to Dallas. Like, that's not exactly far from the Mexican border. But going just to IHOP. Yeah, I was joking about IHOP. Don't actually go to IHOP. But just going to Dallas, because I was there for my sister's wedding, and so my family, we went to a Mexican restaurant up there, and it was horrible. It was awful Mexican food, and it's like, we're not that far from the border. Are there not Mexicans who live here? What the heck? Okay, wait. Now, am I gonna go ban political militias or legacy of the revolution? I think we're gonna do Jefe Maximo first. Mexico will descend ever deeper into chaos if Pluto Calles loses his influence over the country. He created the administrations of Cortes, Ortiz, Rodriguez, and El Cárdenas, and his political enemies castigate him as El Jefe Maximo like some bandit chieftain. In truth, Calles is simply an elder statesman with only the best intentions for Mexico in mind. Losing him at this stage of the revolution would be a travesty. So we're gonna do that, but then we're gonna swing back. No, I'm not saying that Scandinavian food tastes bad. It's just every time I look up the recipes for it, I'm like, I don't want to make this. Emilio Cierro, the struggle is real. But hey, you know what I always say though? It's like it's hot in El Paso, but we don't get hit with hurricanes. We don't have earthquakes. We don't get any of that shit. So we at least have that going for us. Although I will say that the weather is an absolutely maddening sometimes, because it's like 330 days of bright sunshine, but then the other 30 days are completely random, and they're also scattered throughout the year. So it was actually snowing earlier this week. Yeah. Let's see. So, right, we've done Jefe Maximo. Now, instead of going down the rest of this path, though, you see, I mostly wanted to do that so that we can now get the Plutarco Calles. This is going to give me more political power. Now we need to come over here and to choose between banning the political militias or do legacy of the revolution. Thing is, I need legacy of revolution if I want to take the gold shirts, that's definitely what I'm thinking about doing. But what gets me, I do need to at some point come down here to Spanish Civil War refugees. Why is it every historian I know likes cooking? That's good. I think historians just, you study countries around the world, so you get into their stuff. The cooking's awesome, man. I have a friend who he went to culinary school. He's a chef, and I got him this book though, because like he ended up not becoming a chef professionally because he wanted to do something else in his life, but he's still a really good chef. So that's why we always mourn that he didn't become a professional. So what was I saying? Yeah. So I got him this book though of about cooking stuff, and I know that he went to culinary school, but like I thought it was really interesting because like it got into philosophy of cooking and stuff, and there was a thing that was written in the intro that I thought was amazing. I thought it was just so simple, but it's so true. It's like cooking is something that you get to practice 3 times a day. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. Yeah, let's just take. Should we just start rushing down to church schools? I'm actually wondering if I want to go fascist or non-aligned. Hey man, that's the look. Kirilang the Great. That's what's the beauty of Mexico, is you can mix and match stuff. Oh, is Featherus in the chat? Where is he? I don't see him. Oh, what am I studying? Right now, this semester, I'm mostly studying the British Empire and Cold War Latin America. Those are separate classes. So, like, I'm taking a class on British Empire and another class on Cold War Latin America. But I'm also studying a little bit on Imperial China. And there's some other stuff that I'm going to do. Hey, Featherus, good to see you. Sweet. Oh, man. I don't know how it works with the mods, but you guys totally should try to get a hold of Paradox. I don't know if you did this time, but in the future, you should try to get early access for yourselves so that you can get updates done quickly. I'm basically just waiting on, that's what I'm waiting on as far as starting a new Equestria war campaign. Yeah, Cold War Latin America is fun. I don't know if fun would be the right word for constant massacres by leftists and rightists. Anyway, though, what was I talking about before with food? Yeah, oh yeah, so there's these guys on YouTube who I used to watch a lot, not so much anymore, because one of them was starting to get annoying, but they're called Brothers Green Eat. They've exploded recently, because I remember when I was checking them out, they had like 100,000 subscribers, and now I think they've got 1.5 million. That's so awesome. It's just one of those things, like, you just wonder, like, what happened to something that, like, why did they get so big so fast? It's good for them, you know? I'm really thinking about doing gold shirts. Yeah, because I think I'm going to do... I think I want to do Hispanic Alliance. Oh, I could do Hispanic Alliance if I'm not aligned. Oh, well, if that's the case... Let me check something, though. See, the problem is my ideology can't be boosted, but I think I can do the Hispanic Alliance without people being all aligned, so I guess we'll stay non-aligned then. I thought I had to be fascist to do Hispanic Alliance. This is very good then. We can probably make a better army. And we still can do revolutionary women. Very nice. Okay, so we are going to ban the political militias. The left and right paramilitaries claim to be patriots fighting national traitors, but in truth they are pawns of foreign powers who seek to destabilize the country for nefarious ends. The government must clamp down on the fascist and communist militias. Anyway, so what I was saying, so these guys, these YouTube channel, Brothers Green Eat. Brothers Green Eats, yeah. Yeah, I think that's... Oh my gosh, I'm stumbling. I want to make sure I get the name exactly right. Let's see... Brothers Green Eats. Yeah, they're at 1.3 million subscribers right now. That's awesome. So they do tons of international food. Like, they show how to cook Filipino food and food from Thailand, Vietnamese food, Chinese food, Mexican food, Indian food. And I just remember they posted a video once, and like the video was only a couple of hours old, and then I went into the comments, and some woman goes, "Oh, hey, look," and she was like being completely non-sarcastic because she started to argue in the comments, I think, and she's saying, "Hey, look, it's the Brothers Green Eats doing cultural appropriation again." And it's like, no, that's actually a really loaded term in a lot of ways, but she definitely meant it in a negative way. It's like, because they're both white guys. Actually, I think, are they Jewish? No, I don't think they're Jewish. But anyway, and it's like, food, what the hell? This isn't slavery. You know, you're not enslaving Filipinos or something to show how to cook their food. It's like, that's odd. Like, that's one of the best things ever is sharing culture through food, I think. Like, hell, when I was in Dublin, one of the best meals I got, this is gonna sound weird, was some Chinese food when I was there. It had this amazing freaking curry, which I've been unable to replicate. Like, the seasoning, it was so good. It was like yellow. They probably had coconut milk in it, but I'm not sure, because usually, like, when there's like the recipes that have the coconut milk in them, it just kind of gets fatty. So I'm not totally sure, but it was so fucking good. Yeah, there's a lot. We've got almost 200 people online. Very nice. Surprised very few people are asking questions about the actual Mexican tree or any of the other man the gun trees. I guess because we're just chatting about other stuff. Yeah, dude, that's so good. You guys are not allowed to eat bread if you're not Egyptian. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I should have done the support thing earlier. I screwed up. Damn it. And which land doctrine am I gonna do? I'm probably gonna do Grand Battle Plan. I think Grand Battle Plan's the way to go. So yeah, what I'm saying is that there's a lot of food around the world I like to make, but of course, probably know how to make a lot of Mexican food though. Actually, no, that's not true. I don't know how to make that much Mexican food. But El Paso is such an interesting culture in terms of food. For example, the infamous Chico's Tacos, an El Paso legacy. That's definitely the restaurant to visit if you're ever in El Paso. Some nice, cheap tacos. All right, so revolutionary women, right? I could do depoliticized army and then get the... Oh, this is actually really not good, though. Are you kidding me? I just get 1 factory and 5 experience? That's not bad. Are there any series for the Dutch? I did do the Dutch. I did test them out. They're a little bit... They're definitely the weak... let's just say I don't think I'm going to do a series on them anytime soon. Alright, what I'm probably going to do then... I think I will do professional army. Yeah, this is really not good. 1 factor... Oh, no, two. I'd get 2 factories. Still, that's... Oh, that's actually 50% more than what I've got right now. But I don't think so. Yeah, even with the 2. How often do I think the AI, US, and Mexico will eat each other on non-historical focus? I think it'll probably... Well, that's tough to say. I'm trying to think if I've actually seen them go to war and I didn't cause it so far. Not really. I think the United States is kind of... Unless the United States starts to intervene in the Americas, I think Mexico is going to be able to get away with a lot. Yeah, the Dutch. I think the Dutch are going to be great in multiplayer. The whole exiled government thing, I think that's what it's going to do. And I will give this to Paradox. They have definitely... they definitely take multiplayer considerations into mind, especially with the new custom rules thing. Oh, wait, shoot. We could finally go to partial mobilization. Jeez, I'm getting too chatty. It's a casual run. Is non-historical AI working? Oh, yeah, it is. Look, come over here to the United Kingdom. They are doing concessions to the trade unions, as well as revisiting colonial policy. They're going to start withdrawing. Italy... I don't know if Italy needs new branches. Maybe they could fix it up a little, but I would not say Italy is a priority. It's just Italy is fine the way it is. It could definitely wait. I would say there's much more important things to be done. Now, we could just continuously incite tensions. How do I get to the heroic college again? Or did I miss my chat? No, I can come over here. I think I'm gonna come over here so I can get that theorist. Maybe take a little break. Do I know anything of the chances for the different paths on historical AI? No, but you see, here's the thing. Most people don't play Iron Man mode. And I do, because I like to go for achievements, but most people do not. And they've implemented the new rule change thing where you can set rules, meaning in terms of guaranteeing. But, hold on a sec, let's get the support equipment up. You can set rules, but you can also things like how world tension works and guaranteeing independence and justifying. But you also can do things like you can set where pretty much every country with a unique focus tree, you can set what will happen. So you can force Germany to do the Kaiser. You can force the United Kingdom to go fascist and things like that. Okay, Pac Bill, guess what? You have been banned. So like, I think that's pretty cool. Of course, you can't do things like make the Soviet Union go fascist because they don't have any way to go fascist. Well, I guess they could like if it's a player, you can get the minister who will do that, but for the most part, not really. But like the thing is, that turns off Iron Man mode, or I should say, it doesn't turn off Iron Man mode. It turns off the achievements. You can't use them if you're forcing it. So, but most people don't play Iron Man mode, so I think it's a pretty good thing overall. This will get us over here to Catholic State. Oh, this is... Oh, cool, so I can go fascist this way. Alright. So then, all right, we're gonna go do the heroic military college, and then we're gonna start going fascist. Okay. All right. Okay. I thought it was mutually exclusive that I had to depoliticize the army or go fascist, but that's right. I can do over here, and in theory, I could do Legion of Christ and not go fascist. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Greece, Iraq, and Iran. I don't know if I would say they need focus trees. I could totally understand where you're coming from with the whole idea of like the interventions going on in that region of the world, but I would not say that's a priority. For me, as I've said earlier in the stream, Spain is a big one for me. Yeah, I would say Spain and maybe not even Finland though, because it's tough to. Because like yeah, Finland was obviously a participant in World War II, and there's the whole Winter War to consider. But then after the Winter War, what do you do? Is that worth being something like, oh, we need to start working on a Finland focus tree, something that's going to keep the player busy till 45? Oh, you know why I messed up with Legion of Christ? Because it's not until you've gone a full Catholic state that you can be fascist. So you could be you could have a completely Catholic state, but you're not necessarily fascist. You just have to work on doing that. And as I've said, if I had to say, would this really count as a... Oh, well, there you go. You have somebody asking it. Kieran the Third. It's tough to... As far as what my favorite focus tree is, the short answer, my favorite to play is Mexico. Even though it's really frustrating at times. But I think this one has a lot of nuance going on. There's lots of variety. And it's got... Yeah, it's really interesting. Boy, we have a lot of manpower. Because we got those private armies. Almost done with the budget review. Yeah, I know there was the continuation war when they joined with Germany, but the point here is it's not super important, I think. But then again, I'm making the argument for Spain for getting a focus tree, and Spain wasn't directly involved in World War II, but they provided resources to the Axis, and there was also the Blue Division of fascist volunteers. They fought in the Soviet... Those were Spanish men fighting in the Soviet Union. So it's all really tricky. And then you could also make an argument for the ABCs down here. They got involved in World War II. There's definitely arguments to be made in a lot of different ways. Okay, let's work up here. Let's get up here with some infrastructure, and it'll give us a little bit more oil. What are we short on? Ooh, steel. Okay, there's a lot of things I can stand missing. Steel is not one of them. So let's work on more infantry equipment for a while. Speaking of Yugoslavia, let's give them a hand. Okay. It's good. I'm glad to see an actual active chat going on. Now, what time is it? Oh, we're still going to stream for a while. Is there a way to see YouTube streams after they've concluded? Yeah, I'm going to make a playlist. EU4 Nitro game is just not something I've been into. I know how to play it. I've taught myself how to play it. In fact, I probably spent a lot more time trying to, for lack of a better term, learn to love it than I should have. It just doesn't do it for me. I much prefer EU Rome. I'd say I like EU Rome more than EU4. Do I want reconnaissance, or I don't really need field hospitals, do I? Almost ready to get Trevino. I think if a South American country is going to get a tree, if they ever did a South American one, it would probably be Brazil and Venezuela. I'd probably say, like, if it, because they always do it in fours, right? So if they, my guess is if they did a South America, and I do mean South America, not Latin America, just strictly South America, they'd probably do Venezuela, Brazil, Argentina, and Chile. That's my guess. All right, got Gaia's Law. See, this is interesting because if I went completely Catholic, I'd have more than enough, but I could sort of mix and match things here. And I think what I'm going to do... I want to get down here and get working on this alliance sooner rather than later. I think I'm already taking way too long. Let's go, yeah, professional army. You know, let's go down and grab the Hispanic Alliance, because if I take much longer, these guys are going to start joining other factions. And that's a no-go. That's a no-no. We got a no-no going. Okay. And let's put the engineers in here and make these 20 widths. Come on. There we go. There we go. 3 for now. Yeah, of course. You know, Greece took part in World War II, so you could make the argument there as well. But not every country has a tree in Kaiserreich. And I think they're trying to make sure these focus trees are of a certain quality, so that's why they don't try to just rush them out, because it has been almost a year since Waking the Tiger dropped. So I think they do... I give Paradox the benefit of the doubt that they're trying to go for higher quality. The Philippines could be interesting too. That's a country I'm waiting for them in Kaiserreich to get a tree. Once the China update is done, I don't want to say that Kaiserreich is done, because obviously they're going to keep going, but I think Kaiserreich would be in a very excellent state, because pretty much the whole world will then be involved in some good ways. After that, it's just a matter of filling in the blanks, and one of the ones, I'd say the Philippines is something. I know people keep getting upset about Hungary. I would say Hungary should get a tree then. China has assumed control. Hi there, Harry. But, you know, there's always going to be something people want to see happen. And ultimately the community will just whine and complain more than anything. Alright, let's get these Spanish Civil War refugees in. Have I seen the new Equestria War update teasers? You got to be more specific. Like, are they on the Discord? I haven't been looking at Equestria War, because you got to remember school's also started for me, guys. But let me see here. I'm going to the Discord to check the teasers now. Greifen Martian. Oh, these for Zebraca. Yes, yes, yes. The third continent is gonna be great. Wow, there's a lot of teasers here I haven't seen. Non-aligned, Floena. Wait, these are old. I'm looking at old things. We will not rest till Floena is ours. Who is this? Is this for Aquilea? I'm just going by the Fleur. Zebraca's a long way off. Hey, that's fine. There's still plenty to do on the other two continents. Which European nations have had the most wars? Well, it depends how you count it. Like, do you count all the Italian city-states as being Italian wars, for example? I think I did once know the stats for that. Oh, baby. Yeah, so for those of you who haven't seen, here's the teaser for the third continent. Look at all that. Got Saddle Arabia over here. Let me let's zoom in. Oh yeah. We got some interesting things going on here. Hyenia, the Centaur Kingdom, the Kirin Empire. Well, that's going to become popular. You know, it's got Empire in the name. Lots of good stuff happening here. I like this archipelago of islands over here in the west that sort of connects it to Equestria. So that it's, I guess it'll be like relatively, not relatively easy. You'll still have to island hop, but it's like, it's going to be better to go this way than go, yeah. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I love me my Equestria war. A new species? I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to ask Feathers. You have to ask Feathers those questions. He's in the chat right now. I'm here for questions about Man the Guns, which again, I'm getting surprisingly few of. Alright, finally, Hispanic Alliance. Our rulers are descended from the Peninsulares, colonists who brought civilization to the New World. Spain, with her strong tradition of church power and landed elites, was once a source of legitimacy. Nowadays, Spain looks less and less like the leader of the Latin world. We must take up the mantle for ourselves and create stronger bonds across the continent, using our Hispanicity as the building block. I hope I didn't take too long to do this. Will I try the King's Party as the UK? God, everybody wants me to try the King's Party. Maybe. I probably will, because I want to go for the, do that and get the Imperial Federation achievement. But there's so many achievements they added. I think they added 21. And you guys know, I'm an achievement whore. I think I took too long for the Alliance. The Alliance's power, not research slots. Damn it. Sorry guys, I'm not going to review Man the Guns too much. Like I said, there's gonna... Look, I'm going to keep saying this. Friday... I think Friday. There's gonna be a There's gonna be a podcast. We're gonna me and Pen Kitten, Doonhammer, and Aldrahill are going to be. We discussed for an hour how we feel about it, and it's gonna go up on Friday. I know I'm not really using the Navy, but it's not like Mexico has a huge Navy, guys. I guess I could train it. Get something happening, but it's not exactly a naval power. Wasn't there already a Papers, Please Hearts of Iron 4 mod? Comrade Wilhelm? Like, I don't mean to discourage you, but I think somebody already did that. Ready? Jeez, I can only get 10 more going at a time. Wow. Am I playing the vanilla game or Kaiserreich? This is vanilla. Check the names. Does Man the Guns make island hopping any less tedious? It's about the same. Like, that has nothing really to do with it. If anything, I guess it's maybe a little easier if you do the stuff. Certain things, like the naval evasion help. Alright. Hispanic Alliance. President Lázaro Cárdenas of Mexico's Partida Nacional Revolucionario has announced the formation of a new bloc of nations in the Western Hemisphere. The Hispanic Alliance has declared that left-wing agitation and foreign interference alike will be defeated by the forging of a revanchist alliance of autocratic strongmen who will reorder the region to create a strong counterweight to the other factions. With loyal allies, the fatherland will be unbeatable. This is where the fun begins. This is what I'm saying. I should have rushed down here to show you guys this stuff. So we're gonna... Shoot, where is it? Past the Darien Gap. Where do I get the... Oh, shoot. Here we go, here we go. Invite Brazil. Although as a former Portuguese colony, Brazil's history doesn't perfectly mirror Mexico's, they are still culturally closer to ourselves than to eventual European imperialists or greedy Yankee businessmen. We should bring them closer to our sphere in order to benefit from mutual protection. When will I upload the next Communist Britain episode? Before the end of the day. What do I think of the new music tracks that were added? You know what? I'm not sure they've been cycling for me. Let's check one of these out. Could a small nation with goes all in and submarines have a decent naval game? You know what? I don't think I'm the best person to talk about Navy, because even though this is the Navy update, I just don't really mess with it that much. So I could not comment on that just yet. Maybe in the future. I want to get this Hispanic Alliance happening. Leftist Catholic state? What are you talking about, dude? How am I leftist? I'm a Catholic. Whatever. Alright, so now that we've invited Brazil, we can begin to invite tons of other people because we have the Hispanic Solidarity. So it's everybody. It's basically everybody south of the Rio Grande. Yeah, Catholic socialism is the thing. So first thing we want to do is let's invite Argentina. Nice. Argentina accepts invitation to the Hispanic Alliance. Earlier today, Mexico and Argentina issued a joint statement that the latter has been formally granted member status of the Hispanic Alliance. Whether this partnership will be used for offensive or defensive purposes remains to be seen, but undoubtedly extensive joint military planning is already underway. Okay. Oh, shoot. Here we go. It's about to be party time. Oh, the fun's about to begin, people. In like 1 month. Yeah, right. Going fascist. Like, fucking leftists, man. Yeah, that reminds me of back when I did my one of my favorite ever campaigns, the Russian Republic, where I was deliberately doing Oh, thank you very much, Decipher. That's nice. I deliberately was doing everything I can to be, completely in the center. So, for example, I went with slightly to the left. I think I went Social Democratic Party, but I put Dmitry Romanov, who's an authoritarian Democrat, I think. I think he increases authoritarian democratic popularity in the executive position. So I was just doing everything I could to be completely in the middle, and there were still people going like, God damn it, you might as well fucking have, why didn't you just go fucking Soviet Union and been done with it? Like, they'd be completely serious. People get so upset about shit. I'm just saying, look. Wait a minute. Can I do Legion of Christ and state education? That's how I would get 5 slots. Actually, I could eventually get 6 slots if I did that. Yeah, people get really upset about some shit. It's like it's a game, dude. Yeah, we're going to anti-disestablishmentarianism. The true faith has been abused by the revolutionary junta for decades now. Churches, monasteries, and reliquaries are formally owned by the state, with clergymen requiring licenses from the government to tend to their flocks. Some states have a single priest for tens of thousands of faithful. Let us drop this requirement and allow the church to own property once again. All right. Argentina may be trying to take control, and oh shoot, they might actually do it. Where did I get the Mexican Catholic country? What are you talking about? Yeah, imagine getting mad over a video game's country's ideology. I get it, man. Like, if I'm getting upset about a video game, it's because it keeps spawning me in an area that I die or something, right? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I think we need to improve relations with Brazil, and I have to do it fast because I'm going to need their help. Oh wait, no, I'm going to be in a civil war in a second, so it's not going to help. Yeah, my stability was too low. I wasn't focusing on it. That was my bad. Well, in any case, we're still going to improve relations with them. We're going to try to improve relationships with a few different people here. Who's also non-aligned? Yeah, okay. Let's try to get the non-aligned people in first. No. Well, okay, we'll start with those two for now, but 26 days to go to the Civil War. All right, there we go. Yes, Bolivia's in, Brazil is in. Terrific. Let's take a look at this now. Look at that. It's not bad. Not bad at all, guys. Look at Belize. Yeah, they went. They're the allies. What about it? Yeah, the United Kingdom is going to be going communist, so they got to look at that. They're actually over 50% communist, so it's probably going to happen pretty soon that they're going to make the flip. No, it is not. It is very much not independent. Let's be clear about that. Belize is not independent. Alright, anti-disestablishmentarianism is done. Time to rewrite the Constitution, and we'll say this is the reason why the war breaks out. Rewriting the Constitution of 1917. The Constitution was written by the vicious generals. Places the state above the church, making marriage a civil act, preventing the clergy from endorsing political candidates, and refusing to recognize the Catholic Church as the source of moral authority in Mexico. We must address these inconsistencies by formally establishing the Catholic faith as the state religion, which we sort of already have done. For my thoughts on the decolonization mechanic, check out my Communist United Kingdom playthrough. Which, incidentally, I think I said this a couple times while I'm playing it, but I'm calling it the Communist United Kingdom because I didn't want it to call it the Union of Britain, and then people were going to get pissy at me that it's not Kaiserreich and get confused. Atheist insurrection. The wicked man, wicked, that we thought we had defeated have rallied for a final futile battle against the servants of God. Agents of Satan such as Vincente Lombardo and his tyrannical revolutionary minions are streaming out from their dens of evil, armed with rifles and bayonets to skewer the faithful. We must put down this attack on the body of Christ through the work we have done to keep alive and increase the flame of piety will come to an end, and 20 centuries of knowledge of the laws of our Redeemer and King will be forgotten. This is your hour in the power of darkness. Alright. So... Oh, I lost my generals. Alright, that's fine. We'll get Trevino. And, Diaz, of course, right? Oh, well, who do we... Oh, yeah, we'll go with Diaz. So, what we're going to do, let's have you come up here quickly now. Quickly. And we're going to put two of you over here, actually. Wait, what the heck? No. Delete this. Okay, here's what I gotta do. There we go. Revolution's capital is J-Town, which makes sense. This is here in El Paso is where the original revolution was planned. Alright, and I still have all these up here. Nobody was ready for that. Were they? Okay, I'm gonna do this, and... Oh, pff, fuck me, right? Fuck me. Now I get the cavalry guy. Alright. Gosh, can you imagine wanting to die because of something you see in a video game, Kestrel? Okay. I don't care about any of this stuff. Oh, can we go to a war economy now? We're at war. Aren't we at war? Second Mexican Revolution. The forces of church and revolution have once again come into conflict in Mexico, with the Catholic parties and social movements gaining in strength. Secularist forces are launching an armed rebellion to take back control of the government. The Red Brigades are reforming after a decade of inactivity, while defectors from the federal military are rallying in states still controlled by anti-church governors. The Crusade ended with a settlement negotiated between senior revolutionary and church officials thanks to intermediation by the American government, but it looks likely that this violence will end only with the complete destruction of one of the belligerents. Long live Christ the King and Blessed Mary of Guadalupe. Check the thumbnail. Why is everybody getting into that Godfather quote? It's not a bad flag. Actually, on second thought, that's a pretty weak flag. It's just a picture of the country. Just cool it all, but no. No. Alright, come on, Vincent Lombardo. The key here is, like, if we can hold on to Baja California, I don't want them getting the stuff down here, which is nothing. I don't think I have a single factory, but we're mostly focusing on we gotta crush it down here. Let's see. Let's get some force attack happening. No, because the general's still en route, but we gotta take this port because I don't think there's any more. No, they do have Campeche there. All right, time to cue the Legion of Christ. We could have. Yeah, I know. I can't do war economy. They don't have more factories than I do. So, yeah, it does look like we can go down there. But let me first check by doing Legion of Christ. We are righting the wrongs of the revolution with the indefatigable spirit befitting agents of Christ, but we have only just begun. We need an organization to seek out and punish the criminals who attacked the Holy Church. As it says in the book of Exodus, take eye for eye, life for life. Where's my infantry guy? Yeah, we need him. Okay. Isn't a picture of the nation nationalistic? Where does it say you can't take the other focus? Where did? Oh, what the? Mutually exclusive. Oh, I just saw Knights of Columbus. Not that. Okay, so no 6 research slots for me. Boo. It would take so long. It wouldn't be imbalanced. Netherlands continues. Zoodizir works. This is another thing. When I did this, I didn't get this pop up. I think they did a hot pit. I did think they did a fix on the beta. It wouldn't be the first time they've done something like that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's a good thing. It means they're dropping in some more stuff. Pretty cool out of 10. Mexico was really okay. Mega Mustafa, you got to understand. Like, first off, you got to look into the history of the Mexican Revolution, which was just absolute insanity. I don't know if I would put it on the level of the Russian Revolution, but it was a really complicated event, and it lasted for a decade. Like, even though the Constitution was written in 1917, it still kept going. And it's just. Yeah, and like it took a long time for Mexico to get properly stable. So when the game starts 36, I think they would have just barely begun the 6th term. I forget the term for it. Yeah, you can get 6 research slots as the USA and man the guns. See you, Featherus. Have a good one. So let's come over here and over here. So they had just started the Sexenito or something. I forget what exactly the term for it, but basically where they implemented a system where executives could not run for office more than once. So if you're a president, you only get one term. You get one 6-year term max. And that also includes, like, let's say something happened to the president and somebody else had to step up. That person who filled in the slot of president would not be allowed to run again. So, you know, like, for example, how Harry Truman, he came in when FDR died, but then he ran in his own right in 1948. That would not be allowed. No, this is not a mod. Okay, we've got the South cleared. Too easy. Too easy. Now it's time to head over to J-Town. Sexenio. My bad. My bad. How would Trump become president of the United States? Are you just trying to start shit? I'm telling you, some people just can't get Trump off their mind. Like, I can't count how many times in my classes where people bring up Trump. Like, somebody, like, in my fucking British Empire class, this guy was talking about Trump. And, or, like, the World War I class I took last semester, this one guy, he was just being annoying in a lot of different ways. But it's like, people, whether you support the dude or not, because it goes both ways. People are talking about him, like, in positive and negative ways. But it's like, we're talking about things that happened 100 years ago. Can we stop talking about the fucking president for an hour and a half a day, please? People are just obsessed. It just gets exhausting, you know? Just hearing people talk about it nonstop. Like, don't you have anything else going on in your life? You seen any good movies lately? You know what I mean? Oh, shoot. Oh, I messed up here. I have made mistakes. Okay. It's fine. Here's what we're going to do. We got these guys up here. We're going to force attack. We're just going to push through to Juarez. We're not going to reinforce Baja. How's the one professor? Oh, yeah. His son was sick. He had, like, the flu or something, and he caught it, so he didn't attend class yesterday. So we, shoot, I just remembered something that he assigned us to do. But, and so in that class we were going over Cuba in my Cold War Latin America class. He's alright, he was just kind of sick. I actually saw that professor who was sick, you know, I could tell he was starting to get sick last Thursday because I went to a lecture he was doing outside of class where he was talking about his book. That was the Haya de la Torre and the Pursuit of Power in Latin America one. So I went to that lecture, and even during the lecture you could already tell, like, he was fending it off, like, in his voice and stuff. Like, the flu was already starting to get him, so he didn't come in yesterday. Oh, I don't have the Better Engineering Companies. Whoops. So in that class, though, we were going over Cuba yesterday. I've been learning a lot more about Che Guevara than I ever do. Like, I kind of only knew him vaguely as just sort of like a cultural icon. I found this interesting quote. He was talking about how the success of Cuba depended on 2-3 mini Vietnams. I thought that was interesting, like, just that idea of we gotta make sure the United States is occupied in a lot of other stuff so that they leave Cuba out of you know, on its own. There we go. And we got the equipment. Wait. Oh, Brazil and Argentina are both going to maybe assume leadership of the faction. I think I've made a mistake here by inviting the big ones so early. Alright, so Civil War is over. And finished our... It's not really homework. I've done my reading, but he wanted us... Because sometimes, you know, and this is what happens. Yeah, this was the class where the guy said, wait, what was I arguing about? Yeah. Well, so the thing that he wanted us to do in this class, because sometimes he'll send out an extra thing, so he wanted us to check out like a BBC documentary on Castro. And usually when professors also are assigning like a documentary, it's not very often that it goes into more detail than the readings do. But I do need to find that. I think the link got posted. I need to check it out. Yeah, and you know what? That same guy, Nitro Game, the one who in that class was going, wait, what was I arguing about? Yesterday he was getting into something, and he actually started his thing with, I don't want to overshare. And he said that, I thought, is he going to tell a personal story? But he just started getting into all this stuff, and like we were going completely off the rails. And he, and then this is when I knew, okay, it's time to tune out. Is when he started getting into the stuff that's going on in Venezuela today, and we're supposed to be talking about Cuba and Guatemala in 59 and 54. And I totally understand, like, when you're studying history, of course there's parallels to be made to events that are happening in the modern world, especially when we're talking about the Cold War, because obviously the things that happened during the Cold War are still having ramifications in Latin America. But yeah, I was just thinking, oh, class is off the rails, totally off the rails. Wait, did I not assign the right general? Isn't he? Where's his trait? This guy's the cavalry officer. I thought it's supposed to be displayed. Huh. Has this guy ever said anything useful? Not particularly. But he's not the only one. He's not the only one guilty of, quite frankly, wasting time. Empire Japan just declared on Communist China. Have they been at war with China long? They are just really bottled up here, aren't they? Why does the Mexican president look like Negan from The Walking Dead? I haven't seen The Walking Dead, so I don't know who that is. Here, I'll look it up. Walking Dead. Are you spelling it right? I'm just gonna, whatever's the first thing. I don't really see it. Let me try to find a larger image. Isn't this Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who's the comedian in Watchmen? Here we go. Here's a bigger picture. Or not. What's going on here? Like, I guess the slicked back hair. They both kind of have Hispanic features and a mustache. I think it's a bit of a stretch. Let's see. So we need to next get pumping out more men. We gotta make sure that we don't lose faction leadership. So let's just get cranking them out for now. Meanwhile, let's also start inviting more people in. So let's see, who should we prioritize? I think Cuba would be good to have. Let's start improving relations with them. Now, there are things where I can start to core areas. This is just Central America, though, so I'm probably not going to invite them in. They're the ones we're just going to attack. So, yeah, let's start improving relations in the Caribbean. Yeah, and I should get a notification when these guys are ready to join me. And we got the next research slot. Hooray me. Now, let's start marching southward. We need... Where's the infantry equipment at? No, let's leave that be. That's too far ahead. With the computing machines. What's my favorite USA country in Kaiserreich? Isn't it the only... Oh, in Kaiserreich. That is tough. And plus they keep updating. They're all so good now. They all have tons of different directions you can go in. Well, I guess not New England, but you get what I'm saying? That is really tough to say. I'm not sure. Fascism is gaining power right now. Okay, these three are ready to go. Yep. The Dominicans, the Haitians, and the Cubans have all joined. Awesome. Now let's stop improving relations. Okay, what time is it? I'm probably just going to stream for about 10 more minutes, guys. Okay. Yeah, the PSA, I would say, okay, all the new USA countries in Kaiserreich are good, but if you want to talk about from how good they were to how good they've become is like a power gap. Like on a scale of 1 to 10 or something, the thing that made the biggest jump was the Pacific States. Pacific States is so good now. No, I did not get the fascist advisor, but I am turning fascist because I have the Legion of Christ. It's going to take some time. Let's just be patient, everybody. We'll get there. Now, we need... I know we can integrate Central America, but what about the rest? I don't remember. Oh, I can integrate the Caribbean. I screwed up. I literally got the 3 countries that I could have cored. My bad. So yeah, because I could go down along the coast, but I can't integrate them. Damn it. Can I kick them? Kick from faction. I can't kick them until December. Alright, that's what I'm going to do later, which I'm sure is going to piss everybody else off. But let's just improve relations with everybody else in the meantime. So we want Venezuela. We want Ecuador. Peru. And we don't have Chile yet, right? Okay. What about Paraguay? And Uruguay, right? Okay. So let's work on that for a while. Brazil is currently capable of assuming direct control. Don't want that. Do not want that. This is a problem. Alright, infiltration or assault. I guess infiltration, right? For supply reasons. Then again, the planning bonus, so good. Opinions on Elon Musk. I think the shine has finally come off of Elon Musk for a lot of people. Ever since the way he was acting when those kids in Thailand were drowning and he's talking about making freaking submarines or some shit instead of actually helping. Alright, march southwards. Let's go, let's go. Alright, a lot of these guys are ready. Why didn't I get the notifications that they were ready? Oh, shoot, I don't have political power now. Okay, Ecuador has joined. It's because I'm spending so much political power. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm actually in the negatives at the moment. So, but they all like me enough that I think we can just stop improving relations now. I hope I'm timing this all right. Because it's going to decay. Okay. Alright, quickly. Come on. No, I'm not subscribed to PewDiePie, and I've actually never seen a video of his. Come on. There we go. Get Chile. Better go for the big ones first. Coup in Romania, huh? Wait, I don't have Brazil in here yet? Oh, man. Wait, what? That's not right. Yes, I do. Brazil is in the alliance. Why is that still an option? That should just disappear. Encryption. Faction's getting pretty strong, I think, though. Come on, we gotta get Colombia. We need that so we have the southern hit against Panama. Well, that's a good question. Oh no, the whole idea is that the whole idea, or the concept I should perhaps say, is that you specifically invite Brazil even though they are not Spanish in origin, they're Portuguese in origin. But it's more about a Western Latin American solidarity thing now. Anyway, I'm actually not going to take any focuses for a little bit, just so I can get these last alliances set up. But we're going to go south into Panama because I can integrate that. And then eventually we're going to kick out Cuba and the rest. Maybe. I don't know, actually. It's probably not a big deal. How's the decay going? It's decaying very slowly. Paraguay is okay. Uruguay. Oh, shoot. We're about to lose Uruguay. Come on. I'm just spamming the click button. Hopefully it doesn't decay in time. Nope, there it goes. Fuck. That's annoying. Now you're just splitting hairs, Squid 2413. Okay, then we need to do Venezuela, I think. Let's go. It's because I tried to get greedy and do them all at once. That's the problem. That down to 1.73 a day. Okay, cool. We got the country that Britain built. Alright. Come on, it feels like it's kind of lagging. Is Uruguay known for its weed? Guyana's right here. They're cooperative. They're currently democratic. Alright, Venezuela, and then I think Paraguay is going to go away next. So we need to do Paraguay and then Peru. We should be able to do that nicely. Oh, but we could invite Guyana. That would be interesting because... No, it's not allowed because they're in a faction. Or wait, no, they could leave it. That's just one of the following that has to be true. Oh, Uruguay legalized weed? I didn't know that. Are you serious? Come on, bro. Bro. You're killing me, bro. Alright, so it is only Paraguay in the south, right? That we still don't have besides these allied nations, so... We're gonna... we can't even afford to improve relations. Okay, well, we're almost done here, so let's start unifying Central America. How long have I been playing HOI4 for? I think I picked it up on... I think I first picked it up off a sale they did when Together for Victory came out. Wow, look at this faction, guys. Oh, right, I forgot I'm supposed to be cranking these out to get Brazil off my ass. They've got 53 divisions! Come on. Yeah, look at Paraguay all by themselves. One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. The world. Finally, the war started over here. Getting going for real. See, look at all this fun we're having, and we're not even doing anything with the United States. There's more to Mexico than the United States, guys. Alright, time to stop. That should give us plenty of wiggle room while it decays. Alright, and we now have our war goals, which is pretty nice. Do we want to integrate? Oh wow, I could go after Jamaica and stuff. That would be a very bad idea, I think. Maybe stick to continental US. Okay, we could do Crusade against Atheism. This will officially turn me fascist, and then I get the sweet flag. So we're going to do this, and I'll call it a day. I will pick up this campaign in the future, though, guys. Don't worry. Fair labor standards. U.S. is starting to work on the Great Depression a bit more. How many divisions do these guys got? Damn, 15? Absurd. I think if Brazil was going to take control, they would have already. So, let's get Paraguay in. Alright. So they've joined the alliance. I probably should stop cranking these divisions out. He said as he cranked more out. Decolonization of the British Empire. Is it formally done then? Wow, they, are they going communist or what? What's going on here? You see, but this is what I was talking about. So, like, the UK is using the trade unions, but they're not necessarily turning communist. They haven't held the referendum. Even though it appears that they've fully decolonized. But we're just waiting for the Crusade against Atheism to finish up. I don't think I'm going to declare these wars right now. They don't have expirations, but this just lets me go all the way down south. No, the Civil War shouldn't happen in the UK. Well, maybe it will, but I don't think so. I guess it's just going to be the socialists completely are going to take control of the country, but it won't be they won't go into full-blown communism. I don't know why these have times. I don't get it. France pursues nuclear technology. When is the next stream? I don't know. I'm going to say Friday for right now. No guarantees, though. I can't go after Belize. Interesting. Poland is pushing the Germans back, it looks like. God, France is so useless. I was doing a Netherlands campaign and I pushed all the way to Berlin, and it was me doing it. France sure wasn't helping. Except, I guess, occupying things on the border. Oh, thank you very much. It's our case. Yeah, Nitro Game. I'm waiting. You see, here's the thing. I've worked on it, but I don't want to put it out until after the Man and the Guns comes out. But I'm getting the paths worked on. There it is, finally. Catholic Mexico with the awesome flag and Salvador Abascal in charge. But yeah, I am working on it. I'm just waiting for Man the Guns to come out so people don't complain that it's out of date once there's the update. Okay. So, thank you very much for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. Subscribe if you haven't already and click the notification bell so you're always notified whenever I'm going live or a new video has gone up. And I'll see you guys in a further live stream. And if you're interested in other Man the Guns, yeah, get it. Can we get an amen? Get an amen for Catholic Mexico. Let's get that happening. Get some amens in the chat. Anyway, as I was saying, if you want to check out more Man the Guns content, I've got it on the channel. I currently have a Communist United Kingdom, aka Union of Britain, campaign going up. And I also have a United States campaign where I did not do the Civil War because I wanted to showcase how does the United States look now if we do not, if you don't do a Civil War, because I know people were really bored before during peacetime, and so you can check that out and then start to form an opinion on if you think the United States during peacetime has become more interesting or not. Anyway, see you all around. Bye.